Hi, my name is Abdul Jabbar Karolu. I am working at EMRA's tariff department as an energy expert. Today we are going to discuss about electricity tariff system and its incentive mechanisms. According to electricity market law, Article 17, EMRA regulates electricity transmission, distribution, and incumbent retail tariffs, which is a tariff for captive and last resort consumers. First, we're going to discuss about transmission tariffs. The transmission tariff is prepared by government-owned monopoly company Turkish, which includes prices, terms and conditions for the provision of the service. This service of transmitting generated, imported or exported electricity over the grid. All grid investments are to be made by Turkish, and transmission surcharges should take place in transmission tariff. The fifth period in transmission tariffs, which will last 3 years, has been launched by 2018. The transmission tariffs is calculated by revenue cap method. Regional prices are applied and pricing method of 14 regions is investment based. CAPEX component includes amortization and return. The rate of return calculated by WACC and real and pre-tax WACC rate is 13.30%. And regulatory amortization period for transmission activity is 30 years. OPEX component is calculated based on the past data and the additional normalization requirements demanded and explained by TSO. Our second topic is distribution tariffs. The distribution tariffs, which includes prices, terms and conditions, is to be prepared by distribution companies and determined by revenue cap regulation. Revenue cap includes the component of return, OPEX, amortization, loss and theft, quality parameter, and R&D and corrections such as inflation, revenue control correction, and investment control correction. EMRA uses a straight line amortization method, and amortization period for distribution assets is 10 years. Investment plans are prepared by DSOs and approved by EMRA. Each network element has an approved unit price, and those prices are more attractive compared to the real costs. We want to incentivize investments, and we can say that there is a great opportunity in investing distribution assets. Other incentive mechanism which is used for investments is WACC. WACC is calculated by CAPM model and used in calculations for return on investments. The real and pre-tax WACC rate is 14.60%. Quality parameter. Quality parameter has positive effects for the distribution companies if they meet the required standards. Quality parameter has total effect of 5%, which is additional to approved revenue cap and includes following components: occupational health and security, call center performance, establishment of supply continuity monitoring system, supply continuity performance, user satisfaction, technical quality obligations, and investment target realization performance. Technical and non-technical losses. Target loss and theft rates are determined for all distribution companies via an incentive regulation perspective. Projected costs for loss and theft rates are determined for all distribution companies and included in distribution tariffs. If a distribution company achieves a lower or higher loss and theft rate than the target, these extra gains or losses are realized solely by the company itself. National technical and non-technical losses is around 12%. R&D budgets. 1% of OPEX can be used by distribution companies for their R&D activities. In this case, distribution companies offer their R&D project to the R&D Commission of EMRA. If the project is approved by the Commission, companies can finance their project by using their approved R&D budget. Our last topic is retail tariffs. Turkey has traditionally retail and user tariffs, but as part of its market reform policy, it is determined to gradually move towards a fully cost-reflective system by the end of 2020. The wholesale tariffs are already cost-based. According to electricity market law, a temporary price equalization mechanism will be applied till the end of 2020 in order to partially or wholly protect the consumers from the cost differences among the distribution regions. Retail tariffs is adjusted quarterly by EMRA. Before the tariff period begins, incumbent companies offer their retail tariffs for different consumer groups. Revenue cap that consists of OPEX and CAPEX requirements is collected through tariffs. There is also a bad debt incentive mechanism that companies with lower bad debts can cover their old bad debts and get even additional benefits. We also have a retail margin 2.38% that is applied to each energy purchased from the market. And there is also additional X parameter for the purchases from the spot market and bilateral agreements except the ones with Eurash. And this X parameter is expected to be around 1.5% for the first half of 2019. On the other hand, apart from the regulated end user described before, if yearly consumption of a consumer was higher than 1,600 kWh per year for 2019, could directly negotiate and sign bilateral agreements with retail companies in the competitive market. These kinds of consumers are called eligible consumers, and the energy prices of these eligible consumers are not regulated by EMRA. Companies also have to get a retail license to sell electricity to eligible consumers. In this case, companies will be benefiting from the cost differences between the regulated end-user tariffs and spot market prices. As a result, for all types of regulated tariffs, if you spend less than your approved OPEX, you'll earn all and get more. If you invest more, you gain more. If you spend less than unit investment costs, you gain more. If you purchase cheaper energy from the spot market, you gain more. If your service quality is higher, you gain more. If you reach the targets for the implementation period, you gain more. And if you decrease bad debts, you gain more. Thank you for watching this video. Goodbye.